Well, they were very close. They were good kids to be around. They just really enjoyed each other, enjoyed life. They were involved in different sports, loved being on the farm, being out in the country. Pretty much your normal teenagers.
They could complete each other's jokes. They were great when you got them, talking together. They were hilarious.
They were just average kids. I mean, Greg had driven 2 years and never had a ticket and never had an accident. They drove a little fast, but what kids don't. It started out just to be a normal morning. They usually took off for work about the time I went outside on the farm and started chores and things. And they were just joking around in the morning, and it was a cold winter morning and roads were good, really didn't think anything about it. And I was walking outside about 10 minutes after they left and heard the fire siren go off in town. And I just had a feeling that something had happened. Police had said it looked like, for some reason, Greg had gotten a little off the edge of the road. When he pulled back on, he overcorrected and spun around sideways, and then went through the ditch, and the driver's door hit the power pole. And they estimated he was going 79 when he lost control and probably hit the pole around 50 miles an hour. So
we had to drive by it in order to get to the hospital. We just knew that our whole reality had changed, and as bad as the accident looked, we didn't know if we had any sons left.
We knew that Greg couldn't have survived, and we just prayed that Steve was able to come out.
We stayed down at the hospital for a week or 10 days because Steve was in such critical condition and moment to moment. And then we were also dealing with the fact that we had a funeral plan. And it was an incredibly impossible situation, really hard.
When we left the rehab hospital, they basically told us Steve will probably never walk again, never talk, never be able to eat. He was on a feeding tube, and the best prognosis wasn't very good. It's hard, but I think Steve's stubbornness and endurance, and he had his mindset that he was going to recover, and he did.
I remember not being able to talk. That was frustrating. I should have said, slow down.
One thing I think about is every birthday is a celebration that Steve's here, but it's a time of grieving that Greg isn't. Because, with twins, everything just was so interwound. It was always Steve and Greg. And so days like birthdays are bittersweet. We never dreamed in a million years that this would happen. This is a parent's worst nightmare. And we just don't want any other parent to go through it. It's lifelong impacting, whether it's a death or a lifelong impairment.
And Greg thought he was a good driver. He was very confident, and he was, for his age, a good driver. But all it takes is one mistake.